Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Mahanti and welcome to lecture number 23 of the chapter Electric Charge and Field. Students, in this lecture, we will derive an expression for the electric field due to a uniformly charged disk. So, let's get started. So, students, look at the diagram here. We have a disk of radius capital R and this disk is uniformly charged. And suppose capital Q is the total charge on the disk. Since the charge is distributed over the disk, this is the example of the surface charge distribution. And sigma is the surface charge density that is equal to Q by pi r square. And I have chosen a point P which is at a distance x from the center O of the disk. This point P is an axial point and we have to find the expression for electric field due to this charged disk at the point P. So students, we have already derived the expression for the electric field due to a ring. Suppose we have a ring of radius r. This is the ring of radius r and this ring is uniformly charged. Suppose capital Q is the amount of charge present on the ring and suppose P is a point at a distance x from the center of the ring. Then the electric field at point P due to the ring is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge on the ring into the distance x divided by r square plus x square whole to the power 3 by 2. So we have already derived this expression. Now using this expression we will proceed and we will derive the expression for electric field due to the entire disk. So to derive the expression I have to consider an elementary ring of radius small r and thickness dr. So let me write here, consider an elementary ring, consider an elementary ring of radius r and thickness dr, of radius r and thickness dr. So this is the elementary ring like this. The radius of the ring is r and its thickness is dr. Is that clear? So this is the elementary ring I have chosen. Now I have to find what is the amount of charge present on this elementary ring. What is the amount of charge present on this elementary ring? So now tell me what is the area of the elementary ring? The area of the elementary ring. Area of the elementary ring will be how much? The area will be its circumference into the thickness. So circumference will be 2 pi r because r is the radius, small r is the radius of the ring and the thickness is dr. The thickness is dr. So circumference into thickness will be the area of the elementary ring. So 2 pi r dr is the area of the ring. If sigma is the surface charge density, then what will be the charge present on the ring? Charge present on the elementary ring. Charge present on the elementary ring will be how much? dq. dq will be equal to the area of the ring 2 pi r into dr into the surface charge density, that is sigma. So this is the amount of charge present on the ring. Now what is the expression for electric field due to this elementary ring at point P? Electric field at P due to the elementary ring is how much? dE is equal to, now look at this formula, we will use this formula to write the expression for electric field due to the elementary ring. So dE is equal how much? It will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into charge on the ring, that is dq, means 2 pi r dr into sigma into x divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2. So this is the expression for electric field due to the elementary ring. And we have to find or we have to calculate the electric field due to the entire disk. So the electric field due to the disk will be E equal to integration of dE, and that is equal to integration of this quantity 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 pi r dr into sigma into x divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2. And here the limit will be from 0 to capital R, where capital R is the radius of the disk. Now look at all the terms, and I will take the constant terms outside. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is the constant term, then 2 pi is constant, x is constant, sigma is constant, so take them outside. So inside the integration you will have r dr divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2, and the limit will be from 0 to capital R. Is that clear? So that is equal to, here the pi will cancel, 2 4 will cancel, we will get 2 here. So we are getting sigma x divided by 2 epsilon naught integration 0 to r small r into dr divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2. Now we have to find the value of this integration. So to find the value of this integration, let us go back to the diagram here. So this radius is r and the distance of point P from the center O is x. Now if I join a line to the point P like this, and suppose the angle is theta, then look at this triangle. In this triangle, if you find tan theta, then tan theta will be r by x. So I can write that r by x is equal to tan theta. That implies r equal to x tan theta. I am changing the variable from r to theta so that I can easily solve this integration. So I got that r equal to x tan theta. So dr will be how much? X sec square theta into d theta. And in the denominator I have r square plus x square power 3 by 2. So that will be equal to, in place of r you can put x tan theta. So r square will be x square tan square theta plus we have x square whole to the power 3 by 2. That is equal to, you can take x square common, you will get tan square theta plus 1 whole to the power 3 by 2. That is equal to, we know that 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. So you can write this as x square sec square theta whole to the power 3 by 2, and that will be equal to x cube sec cube theta. Is that clear? So the denominator is found to be this much, x cube sec cube theta. Now let us put all these values in the integration. So we are finding the integration of 0 to r small r into dr divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2, and that is equal to, in place of r you can put x tan theta. So write x tan theta here. In place of dr you can put x sec square theta d theta divided by, in place of r square plus x square power 3 by 2 you can put x cube sec cube theta. x cube sec cube theta, and here the limit will be from 0 to, let us say, or write theta 1 to theta 2. So the limit will be from theta 1 to theta 2, because now the variable is theta. So that is equal to how much? X into x will x square by x cube will be 1 by x, and here we have sec square theta, here we have sec cube theta, so they will cancel, you will get 1 by sec theta here. So finally we will get integration theta 1 to theta 2. You can take this 1 by x outside, 1 by x outside, and inside the integration symbol you will get tan theta into 1 by sec theta or cos theta into d theta. That is equal to 1 by x theta 1 to theta 2. Tan theta is sin theta by cos theta, and here you have cos theta into d theta. So cos theta will cancel. You will get 1 by x integration of theta 1 to theta 2 sin theta d theta. Is that clear? So now look at the expression for electric field here. Look at this expression. Now what is the total electric field? The total electric field E will be equal to sigma x by 2 epsilon naught, sigma x by 2 epsilon naught into this quantity, okay. So this quantity will be how much? We have found it. It will be 1 by x integration theta 1 to theta 2 sin theta d theta. So here x and x will cancel, you will get sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So integration of sin theta will be minus of cos theta, limit will be theta 1 to theta 2, that is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So what is the theta 1? Theta 1 is the lower limit of the angle. And what is theta? Theta is the angle between this line, the line which joins the circumference of the elementary ring with the point P, and the axis. This angle is theta. So the element can be chosen from the center up to the circumference of the disc. So theta 1 will be 0 degree, because if we choose the element here, then this line will coincide with the axis. So here theta 1 will be 0. And finally when you choose the element at this point, then what will be theta 2? This angle will be theta 2. Is that clear? This angle will be theta 2. Now if theta 1 is 0, then cos theta 1 or cos 0 will be how much? Cos 0 will be 1. So you can write that sigma by 2 epsilon naught cos 0 minus cos theta 2. So that is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught cos 0 is 1 minus what is cos theta 2? Theta 2 is this angle. If this is theta 2, then this one will be the perpendicular, okay. This is the base and this is the hypotenuse. This value is capital R, so this one will be r square plus x square power half. Is that clear? And cos theta 2 will be b by h. Cos theta 2 will be how much? B by h. Means b is x and h is r square plus x square square root. So here you can write, in place of cos theta 2 you can write r by you can write x by r square plus x square square root. Is that clear? So finally we got the expression for electric field due to a disk. The expression is E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught whole into 1 minus x by r square plus x square square root. Is that clear? And if you want to find the electric field at the center, electric field at the center of the disk, at the center of the disk, then you have to put x equal to 0, because if the point P will lie at the center, then the distance from the center will be 0, so you have to put x equal to 0. And if you put x equal to 0, then electric field will be E center is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught, because this value will become 0, so you'll get sigma by 2 epsilon naught into 1, that is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So students, in this way you can derive the expression for electric field due to a uniformly charged disk. Hopefully you have understood the method or the process by which I have derived this expression. So that's all for today's class. In the next lecture we'll come with more questions, and till then have a nice day and bye.